guys, welcome back to another day in this Vlogmas series. I believe it is day 7. I'm not exactly sure. I'm actually filming this the day before and I believe this is day 7, so it might be day 8. Anyways, I wanted to share with you guys a haunting experience, one of many haunting experiences that I have went through in my life, to kind of get things rolling. The occurrence happened this year in 2021 in the house that we are in right now. We are currently living in Georgia. We are a military family, so moving around is very normal for us. And right now we are in Georgia, and Georgia is a very haunted place. Before we start this video, I just want to say that I believe 100% what the Bible says, and the Bible says that absent with the body is present with the Lord. When you die, you either go to heaven or you go to hell. So when I think of hauntings, I don't think of like little girls dressed up in little dresses and pigtails, or old ladies walking around the house and, you know, doing spooky stuff. I think of demons. I believe that the devil lets demons, you know, wreak havoc on this earth, and there's so much about the spiritual realm that we don't know about, and thank goodness that we don't know about it, because it would really freak us out. I believe that the devil, just like the Lord, knows our fears and knows how to feed our fears, and the devil knows that haunting things or things that I can't explain, like seeing objects move, toys going off, things like that, really freak me out. So I think the devil knows that, and he really feeds off that. I wanted to start off with that just to kind of get this video rolling, to kind of give you guys like a background. But yeah, so I have my notes right here. So I will be looking back because there has been quite a bit that has happened this year. But I want to go ahead and get into my story. I actually grew up in a place, it was my aunt's house, and there was a lot of strange occurrences that happened there. Sometimes we would have coins go flying down the steps, from upstairs all the way to downstairs, and nobody would be up there. I have heard from other family members that the bath water would just cut on. I've experienced toys going off by themselves, just eerie feelings. I am not any kind of medium or anything like that, but I can kind of sense things, and I can sense when things are not good. And all of my cousins, all my family, we could sense when things were not good in that house. And there was a really haunted barn with the house. It was an old farmhouse that had a barn, and anytime that we went to the barn, we just felt bad. I don't know how to communicate with ghosts or anything, but I can sense when things are not right. So I wanted to get that in there as well, to go ahead and start off with the story. Like I said, the timeline was 2021 here. We moved into this house that we're in, and it was May of 2020, and everything was great. I never felt like anything was here in the house with me. I felt very confident. I felt very fine in this house. Nothing had happened, no strange occurrences. The only kind of like weird thing that would happen would be we would come in from like church, or we would come in from like going out as a family, and we would smell different smells in the house, like different like fabric softeners or laundry detergents, or even we'd smell like an old person, like an old person smell, and we're kind of like, okay, that's really weird. Continue on, I ended up having our second daughter, Adeline. I had her in the December of 2020, and the strange occurrences did not happen until afterwards. I don't remember any strange occurrence happening until, gosh, probably March, or it's probably about February or March. And I want to get into what I had done before feeling these strange occurrences. I am a sucker for watching like ghost stories. I'm a sucker for watching like ghost adventures. I love watching stuff like that, even though it freaks me out because it's not happening to me. However, let me just forewarn you that it is very dangerous to watch those things and not expect to have something come through. And I was really into watching Oh My Gosh TV. If you guys know who he is, He is a great person. I sometimes still watch his vlogs, his family vlogs, but I cannot watch his paranormal channel anymore. And I really believe, I 100% believe that I watched one of his videos and I had something come through. And it was not a good spirit, obviously. I don't think that there are family members walking around. I don't believe that they're, you know, it's just demonic. And I immediately stopped watching his channel and I started praying. I was just like, Lord, this is really freaky. Like, I don't like this stuff. I don't like things happening. I felt off. I have here like little notes. I said I felt off, like I wasn't alone. I didn't feel safe in my own home. When Caleb would have CDO, I would literally just want to go get a hotel room and stay there because I did not want to be in this house by myself. Like, that is how bad I felt. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but that's legit how I felt. Things that I can't explain really freak me out. I've got a list of things that happened to me here in this house, and I'm gonna go over them. The first experience that we have experienced, that we still experience today, our scale goes off by itself. The first time that this ever happened, it really freaked me out, and it was pretty much the start of everything, like the whole downfall. I remember sleeping in the middle of the night, and Adeline was just a baby. She was born in December. This was happening around like February, March, somewhere around there. And I heard her make a little squeal, so I'd open my eyes and I saw that a light was on in our bathroom. And I was just like, okay, well, it's probably Caleb. He probably has the bathroom light on. And I look over and both Caleb and Hazel are in the bed with me. And I sit up in bed and all of a sudden this light cuts off and I was just like, oh my gosh. So I like laid back down and I put my covers like up to my mouth and I was just like, what in the world? Now you guys are probably thinking sometimes scales just go off. I guess, I don't know. Our scale is pretty old, so maybe that's what it is. However, I don't know if it was the scale light or it was our closet light. And the reason why I say that is because a couple weeks went by and I was still feeling eerie. I was still feeling like uncomfortable. And I woke up out of my sleep and the closet light was on. I looked over at Caleb and he was asleep in the bed and it genuinely freaked me out. I was so creeped out. I was like, I'm not turning it off. So things that happened, one, lights on in the middle of the night. That was honestly probably the #1 thing that happened to us that really freaked me out, that started this whole thing going, like I said, whether it be the scale light or the closet light. #3, a vase randomly fell over in our house. We have this blue vase that was sitting beside our chair in the living room, and I was sitting on the far end near the vase. Caleb was sitting in the middle and Hazel was on the far side jumping on the couch. And you could tell where this vase was sitting. This vase was not touching the couch. We were sitting there and Hazel was jumping on the couch and she stopped jumping, and next thing we know, we hear something fall over beside me. And I'm like, what was that? Like, what fell? And so I looked and it was the vase. The vase was just laying over. And Caleb was like, oh, it was probably because Hazel was jumping on the couch. I said, Caleb, look at the lines of where the vase was. The vase wasn't even touching the couch. It was nowhere. It probably had like this much room away from the couch. And it randomly just fell over. Caleb's very skeptical. Anytime that I would mention something to him, he'd be like, oh, there has to be a reason, blah, blah, blah. He's like, our house is not haunted, blah, blah, blah. I don't feel anything. Just because he doesn't feel anything didn't mean I didn't feel anything. My feelings are still very validated. They are important. Caleb really made me feel like what I was going through was all mind games, but I don't think so. #4, this one really freaks me out. Okay, so I am a stay-at-home mom. Adeline, this was around Easter because we had Easter eggs. Adeline was probably about 4 months old, so Adeline couldn't do anything for herself. She pretty much just laid there. I was sitting in our living room and our sliding door was open because Hazel was going in and out. And I had Adeline laying on the floor and there were some Easter eggs nearby. Well, Hazel was outside playing. She had came inside and then went back outside, and I was watching her, and out of the corner of my eye I see an Easter egg start rolling, and I look at it and this Easter egg is rolling, and I'm like, okay, well maybe that was Hazel. And then I go back and look and she's outside. Guys, that really freaked me out. And still to this day I'm like, what is going on? I am a firm believer that demons and the devil will play with you. They play with your emotions. Number 5, 3 days in a row our doorbell went off and no one was at the door. Now this happened recently. Today is the 7th of December and it happened Sunday evening. Before we even left for church, our doorbell rang and I went to go check it and there was nobody there. Now our doorbell that rang 3 nights in a row, or 3 days, it was like the evening time, 3 days in a row. This happened months ago, probably about around May or something. So this was months ago, months and months ago. And then all of a sudden it started happening again. I don't know if that's little kids in this neighborhood messing around. We don't know, but still it's just really freaky. And on the 3rd night that the doorbell went off, my mother-in-law was here and she was watching the girls, and Caleb and I went out for our anniversary, and she's like, randomly y'all's like doorbell went off. She's like, I went to it but there was nobody there. And we're like, okay. We knew that some strange things were going on, but it was just nice that somebody else was going through it too, I guess, because then I didn't feel all alone. Number 6, I always felt scared, like I had a sense that something was there. If you have this like 6th sense, you know what I'm talking about. I can't just see ghosts, I can't just see demons, I can't communicate with them, nothing like that, but I do get feelings, and I do start to pick up when I feel evil around, or if things just don't feel right, they just feel off. I start to get like tingles up my spine, I start to get like goosebumps, I just start to feel very weird. It's really hard to explain. I always felt scared. I hated when Caleb had CDO because I was alone with the girls. I would put the girls in bed with me because I was not about to get up out of bed and go check on Hazel and Adeline in the other room. So number 7, our scale light would go off randomly. Our scale light went off randomly last night as well. It's very weird laying in bed. You know how when you're just laying there and you got your eyes open, you're looking around, and all of a sudden your light comes on in your bathroom, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like what in the world? But I don't know, maybe we need a new scale, I don't know. And last but not least, I put different smells. So you know how towards the beginning of the video I told you that before we even had strange occurrences happening, that we would smell weird smells? Like we would smell like old people, we would smell different laundry detergents, we would smell different perfumes. I would be like, Caleb, did you spray cologne on? He's like, no. I'm like, well, I smell men's cologne. Or vice versa, like different perfumes, different fragrances. There would be times that we would walk in, we used Tide, and it would legit smell like a different type of fabric softener or laundry detergent or a soap. It was just something different, and I knew that we hadn't changed anything out because I hadn't bought anything new. And it's just so odd how things like that would happen. Luckily, we are not dealing with anything anymore. I don't feel scared anymore in this house. I don't feel like I should be worried. Nothing strange besides the doorbell ringing recently and our scale light lighting up has happened, and to be honest, I kind of just ignore it. I can't do anything about it, so I might as well. So I wanted to tell you guys again what the Bible does say about like spirits and things like that. When absent with the body is present with the Lord. So when you die, you do either go to heaven or you go to hell. Georgia is a very haunted state. I ended up talking to someone at my church about this. She said that she knows people, other people who this has happened to, and she said you just gotta pray, you know, turn on your Christian music throughout the house, you know, read your Bible out loud, rebuking the spirits, telling them to leave, that this is, you know, your house, that they don't belong here, and things like that. And, you know, really ask God to help you to get, you know, through it, and just to help the situation. Demonic spirits happen anywhere. We've all seen videos of like creepy things happening, like random doors opening or things just randomly flying off a shelf. Unfortunately, demonic spirits are real and they wreak havoc over this earth. So if any of this is happening to you guys, or you have like, you know, feelings of scary things, you're not alone. Definitely praying to God helps. Playing Christian music throughout your house really helps. Telling whatever you feel in your house to leave in God's name. And I believe that that's really helped me. I've stopped watching scary things on YouTube or on my phone. If I'm scrolling through Facebook and something scary comes up, I quickly start scrolling because I'm not having that happen in my house again. I hated how I felt, but yes, that's pretty much it for my scary story here in 2021 in the house that we are living in. I have other sort of like scary stories that I could tell you guys. Like I said, I grew up in a like haunted house. This house was really freaky. We would hear people's voices. You could see things out the corner of your eyes. You know, like I said, water would cut on, toys would go off. I mean, you just felt like a presence there. And yeah, but anyways, I'm just rambling on, guys. This is going to be the main video for this day's for this Vlogmas for this day. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you have any similar stories, let me know in the comment section down below. I would really love to hear your experiences, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.